Milt Lady is with us, White Township Manager. We're going to talk about college football and the Alabama game last night against Georgia. Milt, you stayed up late, didn't you?
I did. I watched the whole game. It was exciting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's analyze it. No, let's talk. Let's talk instead about White Township and the things that are happening there. The month of January, for many folks, it's a slow start.
Yeah.
White Township, there's always things going on, isn't there?
There is, but it's a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, our road crews are busy with what Mother Nature's been throwing at us here the last couple of weeks. But
have there been water main breaks at all in White Township?
Not that I'm aware of, but we don't really deal with the public water system. That's PA American Water, ICMSA. But, no, I mean we worry about stormwater grates and all that getting plugged up, and so that when the thaw comes this week here, the water's still flowing and we don't get ponding on the roads and stuff.
Yeah, I saw the plows. The White Township plows were out yesterday and getting the streets. When you get that sloppy, slushy stuff as opposed to the fluffy snow that we had earlier, it's a whole different animal to deal with, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a gray area there as to when you plow it off or when you let the salt do its job. You know, you can't plow it off too quickly or the salt doesn't work. So yeah, you got to watch the temperatures, and our road foreman and road crew are pretty good at it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's talk about some other issues in White Township and start with the recreation angle. A very active recreation department in White Township, and you've got another Little Penguins program starting.
We do. That starts this Friday. That's new players that should know the fundamentals of skating, but they want to try out the hockey experience. So they're typically 4 to 8 year olds, and the Little Penguins, the Penguin organization in Western Pennsylvania, provides equipment from head to toe, everything included, even the bag and a stick. And we have 25 registered. It was filled up in 40 minutes. So we start that Friday, so that'll be exciting to see those little kids out there playing some hockey for the first time.
Rocky coming to town again? Or is he
he'll show up one or two times, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And speaking of, that's youth hockey, there's also adult hockey going on in White Township.
Yes, we have adult hockey leagues, and the recreation league started last weekend. We have over 100 players.
Really?
We do, 7 teams. And in 2 weeks, the competitive league for the more faster, younger players starts. So we're currently taking registrations for that league. Trying to build up that program. We have about 3 or 4 teams in that league.
Yeah. Well, so that's, when you think about the young guys and they maybe have just finished their high school careers or their college careers and they still want to keep zipping around, and the older fellas slowing them down a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Those younger guys still have those competitive juices. And good way to get good stress relief. Yeah,
it is, and it keeps you in shape. So that's starting on January 21st. You're taking registrations now?
Yes, currently out at the arena, or you can do it online at our website.
Okay,
Yep.
All right, very good. So those of you who want to play hockey, that is for you. So moving away from recreation and on to other items, the White Township Planning Commission meets tonight.
Correct. It meets at 7:30. No real developments being reviewed at this meeting. There is a final minor subdivision to correct a property line dispute, but other than that, it's pretty quiet in the planning world.
All right, chance to shoot me down because I have to ask it every single time.
Not happening.
Okay, then I won't even. Not happening as in won't ever happen or not happening at this moment?
I'm not going to say that. It's just not happening today.
All right. We're talking about the Panera Bread development and whether that will actually ever come to fruition. Not happening, at least as of today. All right. Supervisor's going to meet tomorrow. They had the reorganization meeting earlier.
They did. Yep. On Tuesday last week. Normally it's on a Monday, but with the holiday, they pushed it back to Tuesday.
Yeah, so they're all reorganized and ready to move into 2018. They kept the same meeting schedule arrangements, didn't they?
Yep, same meetings, 2nd and 4th Wednesdays of every month, except November, December.
So what are they talking about tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, they are looking at possible approval of a land sale to PennDOT and that's to replace the bridge out on State Route 110 that goes across McKee Run, adjacent to Wider Road. They're replacing that bridge, making it wider, so they need a little more land. So they're looking to buy some from us, and also a temporary construction easement. Okay. So that's on the agenda for approval tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we're looking to authorization to advertise for 2 new ordinances. One involves a driveway, and the other involves a sidewalk ordinance.
Mm-hmm. So what are the specific issues for each of those?
Yeah, the driveway, it's for new or significant revisions to existing driveways.
Okay.
And it's to correct a lot of problems we've run into over the years where people don't provide proper cross pipes under the driveways to keep the stormwater drainage from the ditches that are along our roads or pipes. Mm-hmm. So the water ends up flowing out onto our township roads. And in weather we had last week, that ices over and causes problems for traffic. It's a safety issue. Mm-hmm. Also, line of sight. We want to make sure when they're pulling out of their driveways, they follow Pennsylvania codes to determine that they can look up and down the street to determine proper sight. And also slopes. Sometimes some of the driveways are pretty steep slopes, and we run into problems where people can't park on them during the winter, so then they park out on our streets and cause traffic issues.
Oh, okay.
So we're trying to correct these issues by working with the property owners. We're not trying to keep them from building their driveways. We just like them to do it properly.
Yeah.
Because they don't look at all these issues.
Yeah, and sometimes you can run into some confusion or hard feelings because they say, well, that guy over there has been using this driveway for years and he doesn't have to do anything to his while you're making me do all kinds of things for mine. But that's the grandfather clause, and those have to be.
Sure. We have to address the issues as they come about with the new construction or if they make a significant revision.
Yeah. Nothing in terms of materials?
No, they can make it out of whatever they want.
Okay.
They can use stone or pavement. It's just the stone can't be washed out onto the street.
Sure.
We don't want debris and rocks and stuff like that to be run off on the streets.
Okay, so that's one of the ordinances to be looked at tomorrow. The other is sidewalks.
Sidewalks, we're trying to slowly integrate sidewalks into the township. We have some areas, especially like Oakland Avenue, West Philadelphia Street, some areas on Ben Franklin and Indian Springs Road, and neighborhoods adjacent to the borough line that we feel should start having sidewalks placed with the movement towards multimodal transportation and people walking and that kind of thing. We see a lot more of that, trying to improve the safety of the pedestrians. So we're going to revise the subdivision and land development ordinance for those districts, traditional neighborhoods and multi-use districts, to have new sidewalks put in for new developments.
Yeah.
It's just for new developments. And quite frankly, the developers that come in now really work with us. Most of the new developments are putting in sidewalks now.
Yeah, that's an amenity that would be actually a good selling point for them, is that we have safe sidewalks. So they're looking to be able to put new sidewalks in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they want to encourage traffic at their businesses and developments.
Meanwhile, as you said, along Oakland Avenue, there are frequently people, when there are business driveways that they can cross, they do, but sometimes they have to get out and walk right along the edge of the road, and that's a safety concern. Sure,
especially in this weather, and even in the summer, you see what we call cow paths, where the ruts are in the yards and grass, where there's a lot of traffic walking up to Walmarts and the mall and that kind of thing. So eventually we'll get there.
So all of those things. All right, so those are things being looked at in White Township, as the White Township supervisors will be meeting tomorrow at 7:30. The Planning Commission also tonight, and that's at 6:30. Should be a pretty short meeting. 7:30. Did I say 6? Sorry.
Sorry.
But that should be a short one tonight.
Should be.
All right. All of those things going well with the recreation center, the S&T Bank Arena. What's the Zamboni situation there? You get a new one yet?
We ordered it. The lead time's about 5 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't expect it till midsummer, just in time for next season.
There you go.
So we're looking forward to that. Even though our old one's still running, we keep it going, but it's seen its better days.
We look at cars and trucks and replacing our cars and trucks and what a substantial upgrade they are in terms of fuel economy and emissions and things of that nature and all the bells and whistles. Are there many new bells and whistles that come with the newer models of Zambonis? Because the one you have is, 30-some years old?
Well, it was bought back in 95 when they first built the new rink out there.
Okay, so 20-some years old.
Yeah, it's got 22 years on it, going on 23. And there are new bells and whistles. The one we ordered will have a laser-guided leveler, so it will automatically adjust to keep the ice level to within very strict tolerances. Now you have to do that manually with a screw. You turn it up or down depending on the feel of the ice and all of that. This will all be done with a laser level. So that's a big improvement for nicer, smoother ice.
So for those who've always seen the Zamboni driver reach over and suddenly start turning that baby, that's what he's doing.
That's correct.
He's leveling the ice there.
Yeah, he's moving that. It's just basically a big razor. It's just a big straight edge that cuts the ice. And it'll cut your finger if you touch it. It's very, very sharp.
Yeah.
We have professional company down in Pittsburgh pick the blades up and do them because they're 10 feet long. So and they weigh a lot.
Yeah, I would guess.
So that's a new bell and whistle on it, and certainly they're more efficient. They have more power. They carry more water, more snow.
Yeah. A lot of skating going on in the wintertime on that side of the arena. On the other side, still things going on over there?
Oh, yes. Lacrosse, the youth lacrosse movement is growing. They had registration for their new club program. Well, it's not new, but their new registrations. They had, I think, 175 kids sign up.
Wow, that's
on
terrific.
Sunday night. So couldn't hardly find a parking spot at the arena on Sunday.
Oh, something going on.
Yeah, so that's great stuff.
Really
keeping the kids busy. And
keeping the adults busy, keeping the kids busy.
We're trying.
Milt, thanks so much for coming in to visit with us.
Thank you, Todd.
He's Milt Lady, White Township Manager. It's Indiana in the Morning on AM 1160 WCCS 101.1 FM at 3 before 8.